Rising inflation hitting renters hard, people may want to consider purchasing a home instead. But there are some things to keep in mind, whether you're a first-time home buyer or just looking to move. Bank of America is here to share some tips and resources for buying a home in today's market. We're joined this morning by Vice President Lending Market Leader Lester Clements from Bank of America to tell us a little bit more. Lester, good morning.
Good morning, Stephanie.
Welcome. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
My pleasure.
What market trends are we seeing locally right now?
So currently here in Bernalillo County, since the beginning of the pandemic, we've seen about a 20.8% increase in your average rent. So as we see rent go up, that really makes it the ability to really think about, is now the right time to buy a home? One of the things that are causing rent to go up is one, the housing shortage that we do have. Typically around 13,000 homes we're short right now here in Bernalillo County. But another effect that has caused the higher rents to actually go up are we're starting to see a lot more of investors from outside of New Mexico come in, buying up property and raising rents.
Now, you kind of mentioned it, but when should people really consider making that transition from renting to purchasing a home?
You know, that's a great question. So earlier this year, Bank of America actually went out and polled our clients in our Home Buyer Insight report. And what we found is that 69% of our clients have actually told us that they're going to buy a home when they're ready, regardless of interest rates and rent. But when it comes down to it, you've got to make sure that you're ready to truly buy a home. That's what's going to make the difference.
Now, how can this help hedge against inflation? Does it really make sense to buy a home right now, even with the current interest rate?
It actually does. So when you think about inflation and a fixed rate mortgage, you can actually fix your payment on your mortgage over time, 15, 30 years, whatever term you choose. So when you think of inflation, 10 years from now, while today you may be able to buy 10 loaves of bread, 10 years from now, you're only going to maybe be able to buy one. So when you think of that dollar impact and a fixed rate mortgage, you're actually hedging against inflation 10 years from now.
Now, what advice does Bank of America have to those that are looking to maybe buy a house, and how are you guys helping, and when it comes to them having trouble saving those upfront costs?
You know, with higher rent, it is harder for people to save to buy a home when it comes to the closing costs or the down payment. So a couple of things that we're actually doing is we actually created the American Home Grant and the down payment grant. So these are two grants from Bank of America which do not have to be repaid. The American Home Grant is designed to help clients who do have trouble with those upfront costs. It'll give up to $7,500 towards closing costs. Now the down payment grant is actually $10,000 or 3%, whichever's less of your down payment, in order to help with those down payment needs for those clients that have not been able to save. At the end of the day, they are both not payable back. So that's a true benefit to the client, that it's not a second lien, it's not another mortgage, not another payment. This is money that Bank of America has put behind our commitment to put people in home.
How can people qualify for those? What do they need to do to be eligible?
So there's a lot of different qualifications for them. You can qualify as an individual based on income, but you can also qualify based on the house. So my recommendation is that you reach out to us. You talk to one of our credit solutions advisors here in Albuquerque. You can schedule an appointment with them by going through bankofamerica.com. But they're going to be able to truly specialize a plan to get you in a home. Another great resource that we have is what we call the Real Estate Center. So that's off of bankofamerica.com, and that will actually show you which houses qualify for these grants and what the income levels are, because it does change per county.
All right, so for more information, bankofamerica.com.
Bankofamerica.com.
All right, thanks again, Lester, so much for being here. And we'll, of course, have this entire interview at our website. That's always on krqe.com. Stay with us, we'll be right back.